All right, so let's do it. This is this day in baseball history for March 7th, and a full disclaimer on this one. There were fewer interesting March 7th history events, so I took the liberty of adding a couple March 6th events, but I think you'll enjoy nonetheless. Let's enjoy. Here we go. March 6th, 1923, the Cardinals announced that players will wear numbers on their uniform sleeves with digits corresponding with their place in the batting order. The Redbirds strongly disapproved of the concept implemented by the St. Louis manager Branch Rickey, who acted on a suggestion from sports writer John Sheridan. Now, okay, so this is 1923, 70. So let's see what.
This is only 100 years ago. Oh my gosh.
Is it 100 on the dot?
Yeah, 1923. Come on, it's 2023, Michael Mondragon. I would know. I was around then. I was only 107 then.
Got it. Maybe. Okay, so it is exactly 100 years ago. I thought it was 90s. My math is terrible right now. Anyway, so 100 years ago, and like it was ripped out of the pages of today's history books, this is just as relevant this year as it is in 1923, because on the sleeves will be advertising of and so Motorola actually is going to be on the Padres. They already are on the NBA teams. They're on the Bucks, Nets, and Pacers, and so they're doing the Padres. They're the first one to kind of establish this foothold.
Well, you got the swoosh on there too, though. You got the Nike swoosh there as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
besides the wear, yeah.
Yeah. So, right. So the Red Sox, Mass Mutual, 170 million, a 10-year partnership. They'll actually have a big sign as well, and this is very interesting too. So if you're a right-handed batter, it'll be on your left shoulder. If you're a right-handed batter, it'll be on your right, left, and right. But then no decision has been made if you're a switch hitter. So you may have to have them on both sides, which is actually pretty interesting. The Houston Astros will have it this year as well.
Is that Oxy, like the
Lord. Yes.
Ads? Oh my God, 1980 when. Well, I'm sorry. It didn't exist when I was 13. Sorry.
And I only have 4 in here, but there are actually 6 teams with a deal already in place.
Wow, but only 6. I'm surprised it's not more than that.
And the Diamondbacks will actually have one. Avnet is an electronics components distributor headquartered in Phoenix. Are you aware?
Really?
Of that?
I'm not at all.
Okay.
I don't deal with a lot of electronic components, but hey, cool, man. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, I see as a lot.
What I'm worried about is we need to pump more money into baseball. You know what I mean? Like, the clubs just need more money because the seats, we need to get them tighter, closer together. We need to get more people in the stadium. Well, this is a good way to do it.
Well, no one's going as like they used to. It's different now. They have to get money somehow.
Exactly.
I want to know what team is going to have the B for the Baseball Brew Crew.
Yes. It'll happen.
I mean, it has to be the Brewers, right? Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. Well,
we got to stay on brand. I'll have my people reach out, dude.
All right. Thank you.
From your mouth to God's ears, the baseball God's ears, of course. Mm-hmm. So again, 100 years. And also I wanted to also make mention of this. See, a lot of baseball people are really kind of like, this ruins us. It's all blah, 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 blah. Right. Yeah. I love it. As someone who loves branding and logos, I love it. I think it's like so awesome that they have this. And that's actually how I kind of, as I was young, I found out about different companies. I remember when I used to watch when the Boston Red Sox used to be playing, and then over the Green Monster there used to be a big Sitgo signs, CITGO, or in right field at Fenway Park there was the Jimmy Fund. It was like a charity that they were a part of. I love it. I always thought it was like a part of baseball. So like these things don't bother me. It bothers a lot of other people, and I get it, but it's like I always love it. And
So my only question is, now let's say in a few months I buy a Diamondbacks jersey. Is it going to have the Avnet logo on it?
Maybe, maybe not. I know that I've seen some, like the NBA, when you can buy them and you can see them with the advertising. Some do, some don't.
I mean, football.
Kevin,
soccer.
if you bought a Diamondbacks jersey, the first thing I would do was not check for the logo. It would be to have you committed. Okay, pal?
Thank you. Yeah, I know. But mine's going to say Durango on the back.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I'm for it. I think it's great. I think it's not a big deal to me as someone who loves logos and branding and stuff like that.
Yeah. Look at soccer jerseys, man. They're billboards.
Yeah.
Hey, look at
that's one example for sure.
Look at auto racing. I love the details on auto racing. So I mean, like it's been there for a long time. It's one of my favorite things about it. All right. So March 6th, 1971. Let me get to my thing here. Joe Cronin, the AL president, defers to A's owner Charley Finley's request to allow 3 balls rather than 4 to constitute a base on balls during an exhibition game against the Brewers. Get your beers ready. The experiment, designed to add offense and speed up the game, proves tedious for both teams when 19 walks are issued and 6 homers occur during the 13-9 spring training victory for Oakland. This is exactly what I said when you have the ghost runner, okay, or the Manfred man at second in extra innings. It increases the scoring, which therefore extends the time of an inning. It never reduces it. Stop tinkering with this stuff.
Can I please just do something, because I can't unsee this. I want to quote Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack about something. Hey, you get a hat like this. You get a hat like this. You get a free bowl of soup. But it looks good on Charley Finley though.
It's definitely a nice hat. I wonder who shot the couch.
Good stuff. Okay,
I love the green suit. It's like he just won the Masters. I love it.
Yes, right. That's right. And he also has the I think he has Stomper or it's like a mule that's on his cufflinks as well. There was an Oakland A's mule.
There's a mule too, not just the elephant. Okay.
Yeah, there was a separate one that was for the A's in the early 70s. We'll have to make mention of that. We'll do the research for sure. So that's March 6th. Those are the 2 I wanted to add for March 6th. We're back to March 7th. Okay. Yes, March 7th, 1914, in the last inning of an inter-squad exhibition game of the International League's Baltimore Orioles, the recently signed George Herman Ruth Jr. hits his first professional home run, a 400-foot shot at the Cape Fear Fairgrounds.
What?
Cape Fear Fairgrounds.
What?
Yes.
What?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, no, God.
In Fayetteville. Right.
Oh, I was going to say Baltimore, because I could see it being in Baltimore, being Cape Fear.
Yeah, it's actually in Fayetteville. And a state marker claims the moniker Babe was given to the 19-year-old in his North Carolina city when his teammates teased him about being adopted by manager Jack Dunn, who became his parent to keep the St. Mary's student on the club.
Bravo.
Yes.
Wow, bravo.
Well, not the last time that we're going to be talking about Babe Ruth tonight.
Hey, and you know what? I was going to bring that up because someone else got mentioned already too that we're going to mention later in passing.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So, Ian, this is why we had Dodgers on our thumbnail. This is March 7th, 1941. Pee Wee Reese and Ducky Medwick become the first players to don protective headgear when wearing plastic inserts inside their caps during a spring training game. The Dodger teammates missed weeks of playing time after being beamed by a pitch during the 1940 season. Now, okay, so I want to make mention of this. So this is actually the guy on the right is Dodgers team president Larry McPhail. And I believe that the 2 gentlemen on the left are Dr. Walter Dandy and George Bennett of Johns Hopkins University. This game was actually in Cuba. And so this picture was there, and this is the actual cap that's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So the reason why I want to bring this up is there's a little detail here that you don't see in this that you don't see clearly in this picture, and I'm gonna amplify it right now. Yes, he could not be bothered to put out his cigarette while adjusting Pee Wee Reese here.
Can I do something real quick? Hang on, this is for Jack. Hey, put that cigarette out. Usually they'll give you the ones to get that. Probably.
Yes, that's awesome. So this is our first. We're going to end out with some other smoking instances here, but I wanted to make mention of this. This is absolutely outstanding.
So should be wearing in the field or batting at the plate?
Okay, so it was probably at the plate.
Okay,
and here is actually the patent for it. This is the actual patent.
No way.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty
that's super cool. That is super cool, man. I want that as some art on the wall, man. That's very cool.
It's super cool. It's super cool. And to think this again, it's like just going on it's baseballhall.org, I believe. You learn about the Hall of Famers. Like all this stuff is on there. It's really amazing. And they've actually revamped their website. It's actually much better than it used to be. It has a lot of cool information on it. So that's where I get a lot of this stuff whenever I do the research on it. It's like, this is all there. It's very, very cool. All right. Moving on. March 7th, 19...
Wait. I had one more question because I meant to ask you. I'm sorry, but Pee Wee and Ducky are their Christian names, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why I asked such a thing.
Those are shooting names, baby. That ain't working names.
Sorry, I don't know why. It just seems slightly awkward.
That's crazy. It's crazy that they tested out head protection in the sugar leagues, man. Like,
yeah. That's awesome.
For clarifying.
So March 7th, 1955, Ford Frick announces he favors the legalization of the spitter, claiming it's a great pitch and one of the easiest to throw. The commissioner believes there is nothing dangerous about the banned pitch, and making it legal would slow down baseball's increasing offensive statistics.
Jack, how's your blood pressure? You all right?
We're getting up there.
We're not a fan of Ford Frick.
We're like 140 over 110 right now, so normal.
Right.
Well, as normal, this guy also has a lung dart. And so it started getting me down this path. I'm just like, hey, let's see how much smoking there is in baseball. You would be surprised. The Cobra, Dave Parker, there on the right. Keith Hernandez smoking a butt in the Mets dugout. And
last week we talked about what else he was doing, you know?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why they took a couple hits.
Vitamins. Vitamins.
Yes. Vitamin C. Yeah.
So, we talked about Dick Allen. This is a very classic Sports Illustrated cover. Jim Leland there. There was actually a really great, I think we shared it on our Twitter. There was who was it? It was Harry Carey was talking about Jim Leland smoking. They were showing him, and he was kind of sneaking puffs in between. And Harry Carey said something to the effect of like, how could you be mad at him smoking? It made such a great manager, you know.
Like I think there's photos of him in like the in like the 2000s of him like hiding out the side taking a hit. You know what I mean?
Yes. But then Trader Jack McKeon there on the left smoking a cigar. Sparky Anderson.
Sparky is smoking. Is that what you're telling me? Oh, he sparked one up. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. George Anderson. I remember the guy who said, like, I refuse to call a grown man Sparky. George Anderson.
You know, I mean, is he Popeye's dad, the Commodore?
He sure looks like it.
My gosh.
Yeah, I think he's in his 40s in this picture. I kid you not. I think he's like in his late 40s. Like he was one 40s? Of those guys. 40s? Yeah, he was one of those guys. Like
40.
Yeah, exactly. He was one of those guys like Steve Martin, you know, grade over. He was like looked older than he was. And yeah, this is some good one. And then on the right there, Earl Weaver is he had a thing in his jersey to hold his cigarettes. So,
which didn't you say is statue at Camden?
His statue in Camden Yards. It actually has a little thing for his cigarettes. It's absolutely outstanding. It's one of the greatest little details that if you didn't know, you don't know, and if you do, you go crazy for it. Absolutely, so good. And Bobby Cox there on the left.
Is the first lady of baseball Marge Schott in here?
Oh
no, and we've been actually probably given too much props to Marge Schott for these days. I actually held her out of this because I wanted to celebrate smoking in baseball. I didn't want to have a
Michael Mondragon.
Well,
we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
You got it. So that is this day in baseball history for March 6th and 7th. Thank you so much for joining on that one.
Well done.